Hello and welcome to Tech24 with me, Anelise Borges. Coming up, the future of health technology. In today's show, we examine the opportunities and challenges for healthcare in the years to come. And in Tech24, we check out Visible Body, a 3D human anatomy atlas available for iOS and Android. But before we get to these stories, let's take a look at the figure of the week, brought to you by Le Journal du Net.
Yahoo is making the fourth largest acquisition in its history. It's buying the blogging platform Tumblr for $1.1 billion. Tumblr was launched in 2007 and contains 109 million blogs worldwide. That represents over 51 billion posts published, or 900 every second. With this purchase, Yahoo is also acquiring pornographic sites. About 10% of Tumblr's 200,000 most popular blogs have X-rated content.
Moving on now. Here at Tech24, we're used to talking about technology and how it's everywhere. Smartphones, smart cars, tablets, apps. But how many of the gadgets that surround us really improve our lives? We decided to dedicate this edition to technology trends that have a real impact on how well we live. Health technology. We'll start by showing you a new healthcare tool useful for the 347 million people worldwide with diabetes. Here's how they can now check their sugar levels using their smartphones. Take a look.
Every morning, Andrea has breakfast, but never before checking her blood sugar levels. A daily constraint since she was 21 years old.
I do it 7 to 8 times a day, before and after each meal. For the rest, it depends on how I'm feeling.
A drop of blood on a test strip, and her blood sugar level appears within seconds. Andrea is a techie fan and had no problem ditching her old paper notebook for a smartphone app.
This is the meter. You just have to connect it to your phone.
The phone can store up to 300 readings for better follow-up care.
When I see too many of them in the top section, I know I need to make adjustments with my insulin.
A pump administrates the insulin that Andrea's pancreas doesn't produce. The hormone will then regulate her body's use of sugar, so her phone provides more accurate calculation. Is it a gadget?
I don't think it's a gadget, because it gives me data that I couldn't get otherwise.
Other software goes the extra mile. By entering her glucose levels, this patient's phone will reliably calculate the dose of insulin she needs.
The application uses the electronic medical prescription and it gives the patient the right dose.
The phone can also send data to medical staff. This diabetes specialist can check his patient's blood glucose levels online. Soon, diabetes might not be a daily constraint anymore. Thanks to a continuous glucose monitor, the data will be sent to a phone which will directly command the insulin pump. This prototype is still being developed, and it would mark a milestone in treatment for diabetes.
And I'm joined now by Marc Edwards. Marc, as we saw in this report, among the many trends that will help reshape health in the years to come is mobile health, or tools and apps for smartphone and tablets. That seems to be the segment within the industry that offers the most potential.
Well, the industry really has been embraced by both consumers and professional healthcare workers. Now, there are estimates of over 40,000 mobile health apps available to download, which, I mean, it's a huge business. We're saying that by 2017, the revenues will go up by 61% and may hit up to $26 billion. And the great thing is, you know, doctors everywhere, you see them carrying their iPads, and at the flick of a switch and the swish of a button, they have healthcare records right at their fingertips. They have the ability to look up different drugs and just so much potential with all this data.
And do you have any examples of e-health already reshaping healthcare?
Well, there's one that caught my eye that's happening at the moment. Is being rolled out. It's an e-health pilot run in the Basque region of Spain together with a management consulting firm called Accenture. And what they're doing is they're taking all of the clinical data and the analytics on people with chronic diseases within the region, and they're using it to predict when these people will be ill and when they'll need to be hospitalized, and therefore try and prevent it before it happens, because ultimately prevention is always going to be cheaper than finding a cure and ultimately having people end up in hospital.
Lovely. Thanks for that, Mark. We'll move on now. It's time for Test 24. Visible Body is a 3D human anatomy atlas that gives medical students, doctors, and patients an up-close look at all the systems of the human body. Available for iPad, iPhone, and Google Android, the app provides detailed, anatomically accurate 3D models of more than 2,500 individual structures, as well as hundreds of definitions of body systems, organs, and nerves. Marc Edwards tested for us. Marc, what do you think?
Well, I'm neither a medical student or a healthcare professional, but I found it exceedingly interesting. I mean, there's a lot of things here which we probably should have learnt when we were at school, but it gives a chance to refresh. And let me have a quick look here. You go straight in to the body. And what I love is what you're doing is you're virtually dissecting the human body. And you can go in layer, 3D, take out different bits, rotate, and and what I love is isolate what you want, get a definition, isolate the body parts as well, so you can fade everything else. And you know what? It's an incredible learning tool. And there are a lot of things that I enjoyed about it. In particular, is the fact that you can have it offline. So it is something, you're on the train and you want to brush up on your GCSE science and your biology, you can look at things offline. Love that part of it. And it's beautiful. It is actually beautiful to watch the human body, and it's so easily in that way.
It looks kind of fun. How did you rate it?
Design, appearance, 8 out of 10. It's a lovely app. It's so easy to use, so intuitive. 8 out of 10 again for the easy to use. Value for money. I mean, it is relatively expensive. It's €29
for the iPad.
For the iPad, for the iPad
cheaper
version.
For the iPhone, I guess.
Absolutely, Anelise, you know your stuff. It's slightly cheaper for the iPhone version. Not very costly if you're a healthcare professional. Even for myself, I found it very educational and certainly worth the money, which is why we've rated it so high, 7.6.
Thank you very much. Thank you for watching this edition of Tech 24. If you want to see a story featured on the show, please send us your ideas via Facebook or Twitter. You have the addresses there at the bottom of your screen. We would love to hear from you. And we leave you today with what your body does in 30 seconds. A little reminder of the amazing number of things we do, even when we're not doing anything. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week.